quick for a standard car. It's ridiculous. I don't understand it. Right then folks, so welcome back to another video. We're in the Audi Rs3 and the plan for today is to take it for its first drive on camera, that is. As you will have seen in the last video, the car was at pretty much just under 500 miles, and since then I have been doing some more mundane journeys to get that mileage up a bit. Because yes, you can run it in harsh, which I do tend to agree with to an extent, but I thought let me just get a few more on this. So as of currently, the car is now at 896. Somehow I managed to do that in the last few days. But yeah, we are going to do all the usual stuff today, launching or what have you. But yeah, I just want to give a massive thanks to all of you who tuned into the reveal video. It's quite nice to see that a lot of you are just waiting for a newer Rs3 project. I know there is the older stuff and we are going to continue with that. I've still got the R36 to finish, but I think there's a core bunch of you who only tune into cars like this and the more review content, which I will have one coming up next video. It's on the S3 facelift. So yeah, make sure you stay tuned for all of that. Now I'm going to start it up now because I want to test out this feature that apparently you can get it to do a little overrun on startup if you play around with the modes. It only happens then because you don't get no overrun when you're driving, as far as I can tell. So what I've read is you put the ignition on. You see how it's defaulted into auto. We're going to press the RS button, which brings up the two RS modes. So that's individual, which is basically a variety of different settings you can configure to. And then we've got RS performance. So yeah, that's the most aggressive mode. I'm going to put the camera down outside and see if it does like an emotion start like you get on the Mercs. It is a bit of an overrun. I've seen some people get a pretty serious one, but I'm not going to play around with giving it too much gas on startup. I mean, overall, it still is pretty decent for a car with an OPF. The Rs3 for a bit of a rip on some country roads. I just want to take a minute to thank today's video sponsor, Car Vertical. Now, if you're not already familiar with Car Vertical, it's essentially a website that allows you to obtain a full history check on any car. All you've got to do is enter your registration or the VIN. Now, I've always made sure to get a report before picking up a new project for a channel, so that's everything you see here. But I thought we'd just do a fresh one on the Audi RS, which, if you're not familiar with, has the engine out of a TT RS8J, and it was a salvage van in addition to having nearly 500,000 miles on it. It's a very simple DC66 UBL, same as what we see there. Check vehicle. Yeah, so as expected, you can see there's no real issues with the van in terms of its odometer. Definitely not the case because it's done that many miles. It's been pretty much equal for the past year because I haven't really used it much yet. Financial legal status is all good, but yeah, next to the damage icon, it says it needs attention. Yeah, so as I remember, insurance write-off, more specifically a category N, which means that it wasn't structural, just visual cosmetic stuff, I imagine, and that happened in April of 2020. Now, in some cases, you also get photos of the car at salvage auction at the time of the incident, as we can see with this Audi S4 on the side here. That gives you an idea of where the car was damaged and what to look out for if it was put back on the road. But yeah, folks, that's Car Vertical. As always, I have got my own special link in the description. If you click on that or use the code TRH, what that'll do is it'll save you 20% off your next report. But yeah, big thanks to them as always for their continued support of the channel. Let's crack on with this drive. So I'm on some country roads. The weather's changed again, but you can't really help it in the UK. It is what it is, and we are in an Rs3, so if you can't handle all weather conditions, it's kind of a bit pointless. So yeah, we'll see what it's like. It is different now that this is my own car rather than a review one, because even though I think we've done 3 different examples on the channel now. The very first one was the Launch Edition Sportback, which I did a very early review on, in fact, alongside the Mark 8 Golf R. Then we had the Blue Saloon, Eventuri's development car. Because when I got this, I was thinking, have I actually driven a Saloon? Then I remembered. And then more recently, it was the green Sportback that got provided to me by Audi UK, so that was pretty cool. And I had that for about a week, but again, it was raining, so I only really took it out for a few days. And as I said, it's different when it's your own car because you tend to play around with it a bit more. But yeah, there are a couple of things that I have noticed in the 500 or so miles that I've done in this car. One of those is that there's quite a bit of drivetrain slop. I'll hopefully be able to demonstrate it now. It's like, you know, when you're pulling away, you feel like it needs a stronger dog bone mount. It's like when you get on the gas, it's almost like you can feel the engine shifting. There was drivetrain slop in the 8V, but for some reason it just feels more pronounced in this. Maybe it's because the whole rest of the car feels so much more tightened together. That's not something I noticed on the other ones. Maybe it's because I didn't do enough town driving, as it's only when you're potting around and say you're on auto and the car's in second gear, and you know, when you come to a slight stop and then you pull away. Yeah, or maybe just me complaining. Right then, point of view time. You see the speedometer or the virtual cockpit, let's say. It's currently got this more, well, traditional way of showing the revs, so it goes up in that direction. That's only available in normal sort of modes on the drive select, so efficiency, comfort, dynamic, etc., whatever. But when you go into the RS mode, so RS performance, it switches to this runway style effect, which I don't know, the revs are coming towards you, so it's a bit strange. Some might say, oh, it's like a Lamborghini Reventon. Yeah, maybe. I think I do prefer the way the 8V used to have that lovely circular tachometer, just to just flash and go all crazy. Does sound pretty good. Oh, you can definitely feel that rear diff working over the 8V. This thing's so quick for a standard car. It's ridiculous. I don't understand it. I know I love tuning and everything and all of that. I'm not going to talk too much about all of that just yet in terms of what we're going to be doing. But I do actually love the way this car drives standard. I know the whole lot, it's quiet and it's OPS and this and that. You do kind of grow out of it, you know, having such a loud, noisy car all the time. Maybe I'm just getting old. Oh, I wanted to send it around there, but Hilux came. Oh yeah, that's another thing I don't like. I say another thing, there's not many things I don't like about it, but the rev limiter is now soft. It's not, you know, like the 8V used to bang into the limiter and make all sorts of Group B noises. And even when you're downshifted and you catch the rev thing, I'll try and demonstrate it now. We go up a gear. So in third now, what I used to like doing in the 8V was downshifting, and it used to make like an anti-lag noise. And the same, so first gear, rev limiter now. See, it just kind of holds it there. Oh my god, does it go? Yeah, see the torque figure that we established, 440 Newton meters, that translates to around 400 pound-feet. From what MRC was telling me, on their dyno, the old DNWAs, they mostly see 470 Newton meters. So that's around a 70 Newton meter difference, which is about 50 foot-pound. It's quite a big difference. Real shove in the back, that is. For a standard vehicle. Very impressive. It's night and day compared to a DNWA 8V. That's what I'm saying. Don't think that this car is similar to them outgoing ones. And I know everyone's a Dazza fanboy. Believe me, I am as well. That car, from standard form, obviously you got a bit more character, sound and what have you. But if you want an all-round vehicle, it ain't touching this. Feels nice and solid, front end's lovely. Even with the Pirellis, it's so eager to change direction. Ridiculous, honestly. You can tell why it did the lap times that it did. Case in point, you're gonna fight a bit, which is perfect. But it doesn't go beyond a certain point though. Probably does in torque rear. Got a head-up display as well, telling us the oil temp is 100 degrees C. It hasn't gone over that during this whole time. So it's a factory oil in it. I am gonna do an oil change now that it's just gone past 1,000. So I'll probably drop the oil in about a week or so. The car says it's due in about 6-7 months when it's a year old, but yeah, I'm just gonna do it in advance. And the reason why my 8V was reliable was because I did over maintain it in terms of like doing services every 4,000 miles rather than 10, you know, changing plugs regularly, that sort of thing. And I will continue that with this car, because there's no point having a performance car if you can't, you know, justify spending 100 quid on an oil change, you know, 2 times a year. It's no big deal really, is it? If you skimped on it, then the car will, you know, bite you later on. Heard a bit of the little wobble there of the far sender. You don't really hear it much. Let's see if we can get it to hit the rev limiter. All windows down. Yeah, trade-off you're gonna have. It doesn't have all the aggressive DQ 500 noises. Back into performance mode. Oh. You definitely gotta hold on. You forget all about the little silly plastic door handles and, you know, the weird steering wheel when you start driving an 8Y. Don't get it twisted. The little things that I told you in the introduction video that I don't quite like, it's just me being completely honest on what I see. But driving dynamics, if I didn't like the way this car performed, I would not have upgraded. That's the thing, it is an upgrade. You cannot forget that. You've still got the lovely 5-cylinder engine. You got a way better chassis. You can fit more tyre up front. It looks better in my opinion. If you're considering an 8Y and you can justify it, definitely go for it. Because this car, even in standard form, will impress you. And that's me. I've driven so many RS3s by now, Golf Rs, all of that. It feels just solid on the road. That's the best way I can describe it. Okay, no one's behind me. 1,096 miles, launch. There we go. Real 4-wheel spin. I don't think I'll be able to capture that again off outside, but that was crazy. It got confused and it just went. Activated. It spins on launch, 4 wheels. That's the Magna Red diff for you folks. I think that should tell you all you need to know about the 8Y, folks. I mean, that's the first drive. I think we'll leave it there. That's enough of me rambling. Make sure you drop a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe as well for a lot more content to come. It's probably a bit of a chaotic one, this. I don't know how it's going to look when I get home and edit it. But yeah, I'll see you in a few days' time for the first mods video where we chuck on a few nice bits I've got. Nothing crazy yet, but yeah, all of that will come. I'll stop talking now and I'll see you soon.